An investigating officer to testify in Pistorius' bail application, and Labour Department considers amending laws. I'm Lebo Changela with this news update. The state will today call an investigating officer to testify in argument around Oscar Pistorius' bail application at the Pretoria Magistrates Court. The Blade Runner allegedly shot dead his model girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, on Valentine's morning. Magistrate Desmond Naya yesterday said he could not rule out that the killing had been pre-planned. This has serious implications for the defense as it puts the offense into Schedule 6, which calls for a minimum life sentence and places a high requirement for bail. Leila Magnus reports.
Pistorius' legal team hoped to convince Chief Magistrate Desmond Naya that Pistorius' bail application should be heard as a less serious Schedule 5 offence. Naya, however, ruled that with the evidence in front of him, he cannot exclude that the crime was to a certain extent planned. He, however, did say if during the bail application evidence show it was not planned, he will change it to a Schedule 5 offence. State Advocate Gary Nel, however, argued Pistorius had the intent to kill someone when he picked up his pistol in the early hours of Valentine's Day at the Silverwoods estate in the east of Pretoria. The bail hearing continues today. Leila Magnus, SABC News, Pretoria.
The NPA hopes the bail hearing will be completed by Friday. NPA spokesperson Medupi Simasiku says they will not preempt the outcome.
You have realized that the process is still continuing. It hasn't yet ended, not so. And definitely we are not going to say much lest we want to prejudice the whole process. I believe that we'll be making a normal comment that you expect regularly after the process has been completed, the bail application process. And I believe they have the right, like anyone who has to defend his client, to make such arguments.
The Labour Department is considering amending a number of laws which will increase fines imposed on transgressors. They include the Occupational Health and Safety Act, the Labour Relations Act, and the Basic Conditions of Employment Act. The department says some companies are disregarding the law because of the small fines. The department's Tobila Lamanti.
It's only the magistrate that can impose a fine or a penalty to a company that is not complying with the law. And the maximum fine really that the law provides for is 100,000 or 2 years imprisonment or both. And that does not serve as a deterrent. That's why we're saying companies even take this from their pockets or from their petty cash. They budget for it. It's nothing. The new law seeks to do is to make sure that we increase the fines that can be imposed by the magistrate.
And the Post Office management says it's considering taking disciplinary action against workers who've been on strike since Tuesday last week. The workers accuse management of failing to fulfill their promises to increase their salaries by June last year. Management says the impact of the unprotected strike at Witsbos and Tshwane mail centers is being contained. The SABC's Abongile Dumako reports.
While the Post Office management says the industrial action has not affected the delivery of mail, the city of Tshwane has listed about 37 suburbs that have been affected by the strike. The city says some office ratepayers will receive their February accounts late due to this action. It has requested residents to pay the usual monthly amount. The affected mail centers are Westports in Johannesburg and the Tshwane Mail Center. Workers are accusing the management of promising to pay their salary increase by June last year. They say that has not happened until now. Post Office spokesperson Johan Kruger says no work, no pay policy will apply. Abongile Dumako, SABC News, Johannesburg.